Good morning. Abstinence. Experience, strength, and hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. This one's titled, Taking My Medicine. My obsession with food began in the high chair. I have vague memories of my mother feeding me as she and my father argued. As the dispute grew more and more heated, and my mother more nervous, she'd start feeding me faster and faster. The message I received was that food was the way to deal with everything. The marriage dissolved a short time later. Unfortunately, my compulsion didn't. I found my way to OA in 1988, after a bout with cancer. The program helped me get my life together and gave me a way to deal with the fear of recurrence by teaching me to live one day at a time. I got abstinent at my first meeting, and in 4 months I reached goal weight. I felt wonderful. In retrospect, I see that I concentrated on the numbers. I counted every calorie and weighed and measured with myself instead of the food. I used all the tools of recovery but never worked the steps beyond the third. I needed to get back into life and thought being slim would assist the process. Being thin, however, doesn't necessarily mean being well. Inside, I was the same, even though my appearance had changed. I found a job after being unemployed for more than a year. Claiming fatigue, I stopped going to meetings. 5 months later, I relapsed, beginning a 2-year physical, emotional, and spiritual descent into hell. I denied to myself that I looked any different, even as I was slowly putting all the weight back on and more. Twice during that time, I attempted to return to the program. Both times, I wasn't ready or willing, and after a couple of weeks, I gave up. In May of 1991, I hit bottom. I returned to OA, making a commitment to attend a meeting a day for as long as it would take to get abstinent. There was nowhere else to go. It was do it or die, literally. The first week back in OA was exciting, and the feeling of not being out of control was new and liberating. Now that I wasn't eating constantly, my poor stomach could let me know when I was truly hungry. But I was still eating sugar, telling myself I needed to get off of it slowly. After a week of meetings, I had to be honest. It was time to get clean and sober. For me, that meant no sugar at all. The second and third weeks were difficult. I was abstinent but sick from the withdrawal, tense, angry, nauseated. My sleep was disturbed, and I was tired. The first time around in OA, abstinence had come so gently and easily. This time, it was a struggle. Those 2 weeks made a definite impression on me. I'd suffered for this abstinence. It wouldn't be so casually thrown away again. I'd go to meetings feeling ill and wanting to leave, but by meeting's end, the symptoms would stop. I began to understand that meetings truly were my medicine. After 3 weeks of this, I thought I was all set, and I cut down to one meeting a week. I soon became aware that my abstinence was in jeopardy and went back to attending a meeting a day, eventually setting on 3 meetings a week. Today is my 7th day of abstinence. I'm a sponsor for the first time, and I'm receiving so much more from my sponsee than I could ever give. I'm losing weight very slowly, and I'm content with that. I no longer own a scale. As I grow stronger and saner each day, the weight will come off. This time in my program for keeps. Oh, this time I'm in the program for keeps. I'm so very grateful to be a I'm so grateful to be a recovering compulsive overeater. And these thoughts come from a member in Falls River, Massachusetts. I think it's just Fall River, Massachusetts. Anyways, have a great day.